try to shuffle around the time, so I'm glad you found a time that works for you. But we've also tried to be at different local Utah homegrown businesses, like Sweet Tooth Berry here. So they may not be as large in seating, but they work. See ya, have a good night. Good luck. Thanks. But let me start out by telling a little bit about myself and why I'm running, and then let's open it up to any questions, and we'll end by the top of the hour so you can get out for Friday night. And of course, I'll be around after in case people have other questions. Hi, Kenneth. Am I being filmed here?
Yep.
All right.
We'll send it out to the other delegates in the area.
Fair enough. Work. Hey.
Too bad they don't get to eat the trees.
That's exactly right. This is what you're missing right here. Okay.
Winter milk. So as you can guess, I grew up in West Valley, hanging around the dairy. The cows were gone by the time I was of age, but I grew up working the milk plant and the bottle washer and milk filler and different things. In fact, my sister Amy's here helping tonight, her husband Matt. Appreciate that him helping. And in fact, I remember learning to work hard there, getting home from a date in high school at midnight and having to get the bottle washer going at 1 a.m. So sometimes there's sacrifice, but we made it work. When I was 4, we moved out to the Taylorsville area, there in Benyon, and I grew up being involved. I was the student vice president at Taylorsville High and the state teenage Republican chair my senior year. So I've been involved helping for a while. But that senior year, I learned something in a meeting that, first of all, Taylorsville Benyon area was putting more in taxes in the county coffers than it was getting back in services. And then I also learned that Murray was looking to annex the family center area, and we're going to lose more of our tax base. And that kind of ruffled my sense of fairness and community identity. And so I went down to our community council meeting and said, we need to start an incorporation effort. We need to become a city. And they said, well, we've had some failed ones before, but let's go ahead and try it again, and we'll appoint you the chair, and Patty Monson here that's been involved with other incorporation efforts as the co-chair. So there I was as an 18-year-old kid going back and forth to the county and learning things and getting petitions signed, and it was quite the education. Well, things were going well, and then I got a letter calling me to Taiwan for 2 years. So I went there and handed the baton off to my dear mother, who passed away last year, but did a wonderful job as chairing the incorporation effort and seeing them all over the finish line. And so I'm unique among other candidates, as I've actually chaired an incorporation effort at one point in my career and have seen kind of that side of county government. I graduated from the University of Utah in history and with an MBA in marketing. I am proud to be a history major, and I found that being a historian has been a wonderful preparation for being a public servant, and that you appreciate where we've been as a nation, as a state, better by having studied our nation state's past. In fact, Governor Huntsman appointed me twice to the State History Board, which I enjoy serving on, and some of you may be familiar with one of my 9 books, maybe Presidents and Prophets, or Fathers of Faith, or When the White House Comes to Zion. Some of those are some of my projects. Yeah, feel free to, you don't have to stand the whole time. The sun's going behind the clouds, so I think you. Okay. So I enjoy being a historian. When people say, what do you like to do for fun, nerdy as that may be. But then I, again, graduated with an MBA, and one of my first jobs out of grad school was I was hired by West Valley City to be their business development manager. So for 4 years I worked for city government, helping to make it a more business-friendly community, and working with our Chamber of Commerce and local businesses, and helping to attract more jobs to West Valley. And that was a wonderful experience, and frankly, a wonderful education. Then Dad's cousin passed away, suddenly with a stroke, and I was recruited back to the family business. He said, we're kind of on the ropes here, let's see if we can turn it around, Mike. And so I went back there, and we brought on some other partners and investors, and we really got ambitious with the company, grew home delivery up into Logan and Las Vegas, expanded the product line to several hundred items now on home delivery, and it was fun working for a 125-year-old startup.com company, as we like to say. And Woodruff Farms went from Utah's oldest milkman to the nation's fastest growing online grocer. So that was a fun entrepreneurial success story to be part of. At that time, I was fortunate to be elected to the West Valley City Council. And I said to our city manager, I'm glad you're nice to me, Wayne, when I was a city employee, because you were my boss then, but I'm your boss now. Isn't America great how that works sometimes? And then when Dennis Nordfeld retired, I ran for mayor of West Valley and was successful, and have enjoyed the last 3 years as, thank you for shutting the fridge. The last 3 years as West Valley's mayor. And we've done a lot of great things in West Valley. Crime rate's been going down for 4 straight years, gang crime for 5, We've been turning around the Valley Fair Mall area, bringing in more jobs, helping that business-friendly ethos I developed in the private sector and as business development manager has carried on as an elected official. And we're doing some great things in West Valley. I'm really proud of the progress there and turning things around. So some have said, why on earth would you want to leave West Valley City, where you have a lot of great things going, you're best of state mayor, president of the League of Cities and Towns, and walk away from that and go to the county? I mean, the county is a political dead end. It's 4,000 employees. You have all these different departments that bicker and sue each other, and it's kind of a mess. Why does that appeal to you? And I've decided, as I really thought about it, I've been thinking about Salt Lake County and what's working and not working there since I was an 18-year-old running an incorporation effort. And I've decided that people run for office for two reasons. Either one, they want to be somebody, or two, they want to do something. Well, I'm not running to be somebody. I'm not running to be Mayor Winder. I'm already Mayor Winder. I get to ride on the red fire truck at the Christmas parade and cut the ribbons. I'm not running to be somebody. I'm running to do some things. And here's what I want to do. First, I'm a limited government conservative. I believe that government is encroaching too much in our lives, and we've got to push back. I'm proud that in my 3 years as West Valley Mayor, we've cut the budget 12%, $7.5 million. And Salt Lake County has grown too large. $640 million is the budget of Salt Lake County, making it the most expensive urban government in the state of Utah. Just to put in perspective, for every dollar per capita Salt Lake County spends on government, Utah County is spending 57 cents. That's how much more efficient some of the other counties are than Salt Lake County. So I believe that we can do better in holding the line on spending and cutting back. Second reason I'm running is I believe Jefferson was right. The government closest to the people governs best. And we need to get more of the decisions that sometimes are made right now by Salt Lake County be made at the municipal level. Part of the problem is Salt Lake County for years has tried to be both a county and a city at the same time. In all these unincorporated areas, it's acting as the municipal government, and then for the rest of us, it's acting as the county as well. So you have some inefficiencies, you have double taxation. Just to put in perspective, if you picture Sandy, where we're in the neck of the woods of Sandy tonight, if you look at a map of Sandy, it looks like Swiss cheese. All these unincorporated islands, right? And the county snowplow, when it snowed last week, would plow an unincorporated island, lift up the plow, drive through incorporated Sandy, lower the plow the next island, lift it up on the next one. It's the most inefficient thing imaginable. And then you hear things like the county council having grand debates about how many kitty cats a home in Kern should have, or where the people in Mill Creek should be allowed to park their car on the street after hours. That's like, are you kidding me? Those are municipal decisions. Let the people in the neighborhoods decide those. And let's have our county focusing on regional issues, like a robust county library system, like growing the number of tourists coming to this valley and using our convention and visitors bureaus more, and the big regional issues like air quality, as opposed to just the city issues that they get tripped up in sometimes. And you see double taxation issues. All of us that live in city, we're charged for city hazmat through our fire department. Those in unincorporated areas pay for that, but then all of us in cities are charged again by the county for hazmat. There's double taxation going on. So Salt Lake County historically has wanted to keep the empire together, to keep the power big and to keep the government big. I'm the opposite. I would want to turn that around and push closer to the people. And you know, this last legislative session, Salt Lake County had lobbyists up on the Hill to make it harder for communities to incorporate, harder for neighborhoods to annex into a neighboring city. I'd be the opposite. I'd say, how can we make it easier? How can we help get to a situation where the county can be a county and the cities can be cities? So that's the second reason I'm running, is local control. Third reason is I believe that Salt Lake County can do a lot more to be an economic engine to help this county get out of this economic rut that we're in. Utah is better poised than the rest of the nation. But we can do better, and we can leverage the strengths we have as Utahns, and Salt Lake County should be leading the way. Right now in the current administration, they have 4 employees focused on economic development. My city alone has 6. They have 4 for a valley of 1 million people, and they are spread so thin. In my background, both as a city official and as a city employee and in the private sector, has been about spurring on job creation. Has been about helping the economy grow. And I have a real track record of doing that. We've seen over 3,000 new jobs created in West Valley City in the last 3 years through our City Hall's efforts of helping existing businesses expand or helping to attract new businesses. I sit today on the Economic Development Corporation of Utah, and I work with the Governor's Office of Economic Development and others to help bring in out-of-state jobs to Utah. And so I feel that I'd be the right candidate to lead the economic revival for Salt Lake County. Fourth reason I'm running is I believe in keeping the good things going. There are a lot of good things going on with Salt Lake County that we don't want to throw out the baby with the bathwater. Our AAA bond rating is superb. Do you realize only 1% of the counties in the nation have a AAA bond rating? Only 9 states do, including Utah. Our 4 US of A doesn't have it anymore because of the shenanigans of the Obama administration. And so it's important we keep that. It's important that we have a robust county library system. And that's a hallmark of healthy families and a good democracy and an education-minded people. I'm glad that we have a county health department. So whether you're at Sweet Tooth Ferry or Winder Farms or Lakai, you can have the food with relative assurity that it's been inspected. So there's a lot of good things that Salt Lake County does, and we want to keep the good things going. So in a nutshell, that's my platform. Those are the 4 reasons why I want to get involved and be your next county mayor.